Hi my dear students, it is my pleasure to meet you again in this video session. This is M. Tamilvanan, your physics teacher from Bharathidasanar Metric Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Today I am going to introduce new topic, applications of Gauss law from electrostatics, the 12th standard physics, electrostatics. So today we will see the second applications of a Gauss law, the electric field intensity due to an infinitely long thin sheet, charged plane sheet. Okay, so let us consider this is a one charged sheet, plane sheet. So due to this, electric field act outwards direction. Okay, let us consider the Gaussian surface. This is a one Gaussian surface. The distance from the center point I take, this length is a L, and the radius of this Gaussian surface is R. The charge density of this plane sheet is sigma. Yes, now we have to find out the electric flux. So what is the formula for electric flux? The phi is equal to E into dA. For Gauss law, the phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Very good. So here we have to see the electric flux of this area. Let us consider this in this area, the dA vector acting along the electric field direction. Why? Because this sheet is a positive charge, so that's why the electric field act outwards. So in this surface, dA vector and E are acting the same direction. That's why here theta equal to how much degree? Theta is equal to 0. Very good. Next, I take this direction, this is a P, also acting the same direction, which means E vector and the surface both are acting same direction. Here also theta equal to 0 degree. Now we have to find out the one more surface C. So in this area is acting the normal is this is the direction of the normal dA vector, and the electric field acting in this direction. Here the angle is a 90 degree at point C. Yes. So from the Gauss law, the phi is equal to the closed integral S. S is nothing but surface integral E vector dot dA vector is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Now we have to find out the electric flux at the point A, at the point B and C. Okay, so we have to add this two surface. So first I have to take the at A point, so the integral E vector into dA vector, and the integral at B E vector dot dA vector, then plus integral at the C point E vector dot dA vector. So what is the formula for E vector dot dA vector? We can write, so E into dA into cos theta. Here theta is equal to 0 degree, here theta equal to 0 degree, at point C theta equal to 90 degree. Very good. Now substitute here. So E into dA into cos 0 degree, and here also E into dA into cos 0 degree, and last one E into dA into 90 degree. Cos 0 value, cos 0 equal to how much? 1. Cos 0 equal to 1. Cos 90 0. So here this term it will be equal to what? 0. Okay, here E into dA into cos 0 degree value 1. So that's why E into dA plus E into dA, how much? 2 into E into dA. Okay, 2 into E into dA. So we have to take only integral for this surface. Okay, so when you take the integral for the dA, we will get 2 into E into A, or this A we can write pi r square. Okay, yes. Next, the Q divided by epsilon naught is equal to sigma A divided by epsilon naught. This is nothing but already I said here sigma is a charge density, that is a surface charge density. So sigma is equal to charge per unit area. Charge per unit area. So from this equation, Q is equal to, what is the formula? Sigma into A. Yes. According to the Gauss law, flux is equal to Q by epsilon naught, but the total flux for at A point, B and C, we find out that, so what is the formula? 2 into E into A. Am I right? Is equal to Q is equal to sigma into A. Sigma into A divided by epsilon naught. So we have to find out only electric field intensity. So E is equal to, here A and A will cancel. So remaining sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught. This is our final equation. Am I right? E is equal to sigma divided by 2 into epsilon naught. So let us see that formulas. Yeah, sigma is the surface charge density and 2EA equal to sigma A divided by epsilon naught. AA will be cancelled. So E is equal to sigma divided by 2 into epsilon naught. This is the final equation. For that vector form, you can write E vector is equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught into I cap. I cap is nothing but unit vector. So here the direction of electric field intensity is normal to that plane. Normal to that plane. So in that plane, is, the electric field always act normal. Okay, and so if the charge sheet is positive, then the electric field intensity act outwards. If the charge sheet negative, the electric field act inwards. Okay, so here for that positive charge, the electric field act outwards. If for the negative charge, so electric field act inwards. Okay, next. So from this we can say the electric field intensity is independent of the size of the Gaussian surface, and it is neither depends on the distance nor a radius of the cylindrical surface. Okay, this is the applications of Gauss law, the second application. Next we will see that third application. So third application, electric field intensity due to two parallel charged plane sheet. Two parallel charged plane sheet. Okay, already we find out that only one charged plane sheet. What is the final equation? E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So in this condition we have to take three cases. The first case, if sigma 1 is greater than or sigma 2, we have to take two charged plane sheet. So the first sheet, the charge density, the surface charge density is more compared to the second one. So due to this, the electric field act in which direction? Outwards. Why? Because this is a what charge? Positive charge. Okay, so this is the electric field direction due to this positive charge, and we have to take another one positive charge sheet. So here the number density, the charge density is less compared to the first plate. Okay, due to this plate, the electric field act which direction? This is also acting outwards to the plate. So this is a E2 direction. Okay, so in this plate the electric field act outwards, and in this point also electric field act outwards due to this sheet. Now let us consider the three region. So first, second and then third region. This is center region. So in this region 1, the electric field act in which direction? Let us see. Here the charge density is more, so which means this electric field is a high electric field and this electric field is less. That's why the total electric field will act in outwards direction. Yes, and the region 2, here the electric field act in which direction? Outwards to this first plate. Why? Because here the electric field is greater, which means the density is high. So sigma 1 is greater than or sigma 2. And the region 3, here also electric field outwards. Okay. So the final electric field, the first region, sigma 1 plus sigma 2. Why? Because the both E1 and E2 are acting the same direction. That's why we have to add E1 plus E2. So for the first sheet, the electric field is a sigma 1 by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma 2 divided by 2 epsilon naught. See, this equation we can write E1 plus E2. E1 sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught, which means sigma 1 plus sigma 2 divided by 2 epsilon naught. So 2 epsilon naught common, you take it, so right, to 2 epsilon naught, here sigma 1 plus sigma 2. So that is our equation. So like that, for region 2, here we can see E2 and E1. E2 and E1 are acting in which direction? Same direction or opposite direction? Opposite direction. That's why we have to separate here. So E is equal to E1 minus E2. So sigma 1 minus sigma 2 divided by 2 epsilon naught. See, in region 3, E1 and E2 both are acting which direction? Same direction. That's why we have to add. So E is equal to E1 plus E2. Next, E is equal to sigma 1 plus sigma 2 divided by 2 into epsilon naught. This is the first case. Now let us see and second case. In second case, we have to take different charged sheets. One is a positive charge and another one is a negative charge. Okay. Due to this positive charge, the electric field acts outwards from this plate. If we take the negative charge here, so electric field act inwards. So this is the electric field direction. So inwards. Why? Because this is a negative charge, this one is a positive charge. Same, we have to take the three region, first region, second region and third region. See, in this region, the electric field E1 and E2 are acting which direction? Yes, opposite direction. So the resultant electric field, it will act in this direction. Why? Because this is a positive charge, the more density. Okay, so this is a E1 direction. Here the total electric field act in this direction. This one is a electric field act same direction. Okay, here also sigma 1 is greater than or sigma 2, sigma 1 greater than or sigma 2. So here E1 and E2 are acting opposite direction. That's why we can write E is equal to E1 minus E2. So sigma 1 minus sigma 2 divided by 2 epsilon naught. In central region or the second region, E1 and E2 are both are acting same direction. That's why we have to add the both electric field E1 and E2, the same equation, sigma 1 plus sigma 2 divided by 2 epsilon naught. In third region, E1 and E2 are acting opposite to each other. That's why we have to separate. So E1 minus E2. So this is the resultant electric field. E is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma 2 divided by 2 epsilon naught. This is a case 2. Here the charge density, this is a positive charge, here negative charge, but the charge density is a sigma 1 is greater than or sigma 2. This is our case number 2. Suppose if sigma 1 and sigma 2 both are a same charge density but different charges, which means positive charge and a negative charge. What happened? So this is a positive charge. Due to this charge, the electric field act outwards direction, and this one is a negative charge. So due to this, electric field act which direction? Yes, towards this plate. So electric field act towards this plate. This is the E2. Okay, now the total electric field of region, the first region, which direction? See, both the charge density is same, that's why here E1 and E2 are acting opposite direction, so both are same magnitude and opposite direction, that's why E equal to 0. Like that, the third region also E equal to 0, but in the center region E does not equal to 0. Okay, so here also E equal to 0. So the resultant of that electric field E is equal to the formula E1 minus E2 for the first region. The formula for that E1 sigma 1 by 2 epsilon naught minus sigma 2 divided by epsilon naught. The totally we can write what? Sigma 1 minus sigma 2 divided by 2 epsilon naught, that is equal to 0. Yes, here the second region, the E1 and E2 are both are acting same direction, that's why the resultant electric field acting which direction? Outwards to the positive charge plane sheet. Okay, so here the electric field intensity is equal to sigma 1 divided by 2 epsilon naught plus sigma 2 divided by 2 epsilon naught. Here sigma 1 and sigma 2 are equal. Sigma 1, that is equal to sigma 2. When you substitute this condition in this equation, so we can write E is equal to sigma plus sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught, sigma plus sigma 2 sigma. So this equation 2 sigma divided by 2 into epsilon naught, so 2 cancel, remaining sigma by epsilon naught, sigma by epsilon naught. Okay, so in the central region we will get E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Next, and third region E is equal to 0. So this is a what? For a third application. Okay, this is a very important questions. So please go through and prepare well for your test. Thank you.